Hey fam, how's it going? It's Papa Chillin. I am out here to bring you another video on my thoughts and opinions on the new leader pack that just came out, the Great Commanders for Civilization 6. Yeah, let's just jump right into it. Good morning. First off, we have Nader Shah. He is a part of Persia, uh, and he actually trades the Fall of Babylon for the Sword of Persia over here. Um, First off, the first part of this is he gets 5 plus 5 combat strength when attacking full health units. In my opinion, this is a nerf because Persia gets plus 3 attack on all attacks, while the Sword of Persia is just to a full health unit, okay? And the reason why I think this is because if a unit is at 99% or lower, you are not receiving any bonus whatsoever. It's a good strong first attack on a full health unit, but all the follow-up units will not be receiving any combat bonuses towards that particular unit with that health. Okay, so you need to be careful and make sure you get maximum flanking bonus when you're doing your first attack on a full health unit. Okay. There is the second part of this. So, of course, the second part of Persia, of regular Cyrus, is nothing. It's just, form of war and grievances and things of that nature that doesn't matter towards multiplayer. Cities not founded by Nader Shah receive plus 2 faith and plus 3 gold on domestic trade routes. This is a misprint, okay? So please do listen. I have done some tests, and it should say cities, or like all cities, excuse me, all cities receive these yields, okay? I ended up taking a city-state, or first of all, I ended up setting trade routes between my cities, and they were receiving these yields. I ended up taking a city-state and sent a trade route to my capital. They received those yields. And I also took out an AI from like Gilgamesh's city, and I was receiving those yields as well. So all cities are receiving plus 2 faith and plus 3 gold on domestic trade routes. Okay? Domestic meaning internally, okay? This ability, by the way, is extremely good because if you look at regular Cyrus, you get plus 1, or you get plus 2 gold and plus 1 culture on your trade routes, right? On this Persia, you get the same thing going on. You rush to medieval fairs, you get the extra culture and things of that nature, but your trade routes are plus 2 faith and plus 3 gold, which is absolutely insane early game because that means you're getting 2 faith and 5 gold. You're getting 5 gold on your trade routes, and as I keep saying, gold now is better than gold later, okay? It's more effective. You can use it's just it helps out your snowball. It helps you get those extra tiles. It helps you get that extra unit. Maybe buy another trader once you settle your city. It is that difference right there. So from 2 to 5 golds is pretty insane early, and I believe that Nader Shah is better than Cyrus in terms of simming just for this reason alone, right? And this also makes it so you don't have to ever run God King, right? There is a thing where you can get like an early relic, or get a lucky goody hut, or things in that nature. But like if you want to be, but those things are contingent, right? You want to be 100% on the things, and 100% thing for this civ is you never have to run God King ever, because you will always get your Pantheon naturally through your trade routes, okay? So that means you run urban planning right off the bat. You go over to foreign trade, boom, save up your gold for that trader, or build a trader as soon as you can and receive these yields, and then you just get a Pantheon. You may not be the first to get your Pantheon, but you will be ahead of those people that are choosing urban planning first, and then probably getting their Pantheon through Moshe or a later God King or so forth. So that is a very big plus with a Civ. I think the power level to the Civ is just like a half to a full notch ahead of Persia. I believe Persia is like a 3.5 out of 5, and Nader Shah is like a 4 out of 5, something like that. So pretty strong Civ. Doesn't get the combat bonus like Cyrus, but still, like it's pretty strong. Internal trade routes are amazing, and then the faith that you do save up for your trade routes, you can your third golden, so you go pin brush, right? So first and second goldens, you go pin brush, and then you go over to like a monumentality for your third, because you're not going to do reform the coinage because you're doing all internals, especially when you're saving these types of yields for them. And you just pretty much do monumentality to finish the tiles, improving your tiles for the rest of your empire, or whatever you need. So I believe this is pretty damn good. Yeah, yeah. So I will play the Civ. If I get the Civ, I definitely will play it because I'm a huge Persia fan. I love going communism as Persia, and just getting some mega yields. And I love big cities, big production. So like, yeah, stay tuned for this. I can't wait to play the Civ out. All right, next up we actually have Suleiman over here. So the new Suleiman that came out, I've wrote a couple notes on here. This Civ, so if we look at both of the Ottomans, right? You know, I'm going to take a drink of coffee. You guys got a drink? How about you take a drink? Ooh, one more. Damn, I love coffee. Okay, so if we took a look at Ottomans, this Ottomans is a no bonus Civ, right? What makes Ottomans great is hitting banking, right? Or a Janissary push, right? Banking, the Grand Bazaars are a lot better than the Janissaries overall, because you're getting another trade route, right? And trade routes are so valuable, and especially if you're running 20, 25. I mean, a lot of average Ottoman players are doing 20 to 25. If you do not when I say average, it's like because they're not expanding as much, they think they're good, but maybe they're just doing for a timing push. But if you really want to go above and beyond, you're hitting that 30 trade route mark, and you're just getting insane yields, insane gold. It's very nice to see. You know, I've gotten like 26, 28 trade routes, and you're just making like 2,000 GPT, and you're having a ton of culture or a ton of science, you know, going along with it. So it's very nice. The Grand Bazaars are just absolutely amazing. The new Ottomans, right? The Suleiman. I'm not going to pronounce that name because I'm going to butcher it. So, but this guy right here, he actually gets the Magnificent, and he trades. So from the regular Ottomans, you don't get the Janissary, and you don't get the unique governor. There's some controversy over this where it's just like, not sure. I don't think it's worth, you know. I don't think it's that bad, because the Janissary, although it is a very strong unit, all like melee units are extremely slow until you get to infantry. If you have infantry with general, then you go from 3 to 4 movement. But you need general, you need a road, you need certain types of planning, you need certain types of terrain for these units, right? And it's just it's very slow. It's strong. Janissaries are strong, but they are very slow. So you have to I don't know. Don't say, oh, I'm losing all these if this new Civ is crap. No, because Ottomans, when you think of Ottomans, the first thing you should think about is the banks, and then you should think about the Janissary, right? Like, I built the Janissary literally just for error score, all right? I go for the banks, and then I go for like a big tank push, you know, or things of that nature. So I go for just something higher than that, you know? You want, or at least cuirassiers, you know? Yeah. But this Civ is contingent, and I say that heavily, on hitting Golden Age, right? Because the regular Ottomans, no bonus Civ until you reach banking or gunpowder, right? With this guy, that name, Matism? Yeah, okay. You get the bonus if you know how to, I mean, and go Amani first. Do whatever you can. Build that other scout, right? Buy a scout. Go Amani, right? Do these things. Don't be greedy. Just do these things to hit this golden age. You need to buy a boat, build a boat, go sailing, whatever it is, you know, even if it's in a little one tile pond, right? Do it. Get the golden age, get 15% science and culture, winning a golden age, okay? The second, and we'll go to the second part here in a second. But do that because this means faster banks, because that's the only thing the Civ has is the bank and the Corsair. You get to the banks faster, you get to more yields faster, right? This is the snowball effect. You get this, you get golden age, boom, you're already to your Grand Bazaar, right? You probably at your Grand Bazaar, I want to say at least 5 turns, but I think that it shines at like 10 turns. If you're doing everything right, you get to banks 10 turns faster than you would the regular Ottomans. Okay, there's still, I'm just throwing like a ballpark number out there, but when I see this type of yields, 15% science, you're advancing through the technology tree faster, right? Culture, you get better cards. When you get better cards, you get better yields, for, different things, right? Better feudalism, right? Like timing. This is pretty damn good, but it is contingent on you hitting golden age, all right? So don't mess around and be like, oh, I might find this, go Amani first. Don't care, just go Amani first, secure golden age. Do whatever you can, okay? So this is a very strong ability, and I've seen it being played, and I've seen people not hit golden age, and then they are a no bonus civ until the next era, okay? So make sure you hit it, because when you do hit, it's a feel good moment when you get your banks a lot sooner than anybody's doing anything else. So it's very nice. +4 combat strength when not in a golden age or heroic age against civilizations who are not in a golden age or heroic age. Okay, so you get +4 combat strength, and it's contingent on the other civs playing bad as well. So if you're like, oh, I'm Erel, and then someone else is Erel, then you can Erel into that person and hopefully get a golden age by killing their cities. I don't know. Like, excuse me. This, I don't like this ability as much, but maybe if you go from golden to golden into, like a lot of people do miss the third golden. I think, because you always want to hit the first 2, and then you want to go into Dark Age for your third, and then into Heroic. So, maybe you can do a nice push in the third golden age, or the lack of, and do a good +4 attack on somebody, and hopefully you're the +15 science from both of the previous eras helped you get to another era of unit ahead of the other civs that you're trying to combat. So this could be really nice, and it could actually point you into the direction. If you're in an FFA, and you have 2 neighbors, and you're like, I wonder who I attacked. That mofo didn't hit golden. Target acquired, right? So that's what I think of this civ. I think it's stronger than the regular Ottomans. I think it's great. So I can't wait to see that. And by a certain amount, because +15 has been insane. So can't wait to see this. I can't wait to see the civ more. I'm very excited that there's more and more civs coming out every. I don't know, like I feel like it's every 2 weeks. So that's exciting. And then we have Tokugawa is the next civ, Japan. Okay, so where's Hojo? Okay, so Divine Wind is getting traded for Bakuhan. Okay, Divine Wind, if you wanted to get a refresher, you got +5 with your land units if they are adjacent to the coast, or naval units if they're fighting into the coast. Okay, so if you're fighting into the coast or for the coastal tiles, you're getting that +5, okay? Builds encampment, holy site, and theater score different districts in half the time. That was a nice buff. Or a nice, this is a nice ability, for sure, okay? Hurricanes, they never happen, ever, ever, ever. And if they do, they're not in your territory for some reason. All right. International trade routes. So you don't get the +5s, right? But you get international trade routes where you see 25% yield in tourism. Okay, so we're going to stop there for a second. That means if you're an FFA, you never, ever, 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 ever send an external, okay? Unless if you're trying to be diplomatic and say, Yeah, I'll send you a tourism just to have them not complain about sending trade routes and stuff. Hey, you could say, hey, I'm this Civ, and I'm actually sending you trade routes because you're my friend. And they're going to be like, yeah, this makes sense. At least I'm getting something, right? You're going to see a lot of that crap. But domestic trade routes provide one culture, one science, and two gold for every specialty district at the destination. Okay. So let that sink in for a second. Magnus internals to the absolute max here. You can do audience chamber, ancestral hall. You can do whatever you want. And I want to show you what these yields actually are out there. So like a nice internal civ would be like Cyrus. We'll go back to Cyrus. You get one culture and two gold, right? Well, this guy gets one culture and two gold. He gets an additional science. All right. Cyrus doesn't get a spike in his trade routes until medieval fairs, which it goes from +1 culture to +3 culture, okay? Who cares about banking and economics and all that crap? All you want is more culture, right? You get medieval fairs, urbanization, whatever. But those take a long time to get. Medieval fairs, not so bad. Urbanization is pretty far into the civic tree, okay? Let's go back to Tokugawa. Let's say if we have in the Magnus capital a government plaza, campus, and a commercial. We have 3 districts, okay? From the other yields, and this is like this is Magnus internals, so you're also getting food production and production. On top of there's 3 specialty districts, right? 3 culture, 3 science, and 6 gold per trade route going. Okay, so let's say if I said 5 routes is 15, 15, 30, which means you're getting 15 science, 15 culture, and 30 gold. If you have, let's say if you have 6 cities and 5 cities are sending internally, you're receiving 15, 15, and 30. Just off of trade routes. These are not districts, there's nothing. There's nothing. You're just receiving those yields naturally through trade routes. Absolutely broken, okay? My bro Trenda, if you haven't go to his Twitch or anything, Trenda, he's on Twitch. I'll send a link down below. I'm just messing around doing like a Hussar thing and going whatever. I friend him, and he's at like 900 science and 350 culture, 70, 75, something like that. He almost hit 1,000, turned 80. Absolutely insane. And he was just sending internals, doing that. He had a good spawn, but that's not the thing. Like, let's say if he had a mediocre spawn, what do you have turn 70? 700 science, 250 culture? That's absolutely insane. Having bombers or like having flight. By the way, if you're this is another weird part. Let me I don't know if this song is like copyrighted. Give me a second. We're gonna go back to here. How about that? But cities within 6 tiles of Japan's capital 100% loyal. Oh wow. If they're not loyal 6 tiles away, you're doing something wrong, okay? And after researching flight, receive +1 tourism for every district. I mean, if you have like 30 districts around and you hit flight, turn 70, and it's 30 tourism. Nothing crazy. But this civ, you can literally, I was writing down on samurai timing, anything timing, it doesn't even matter. Like whatever timing you want to hit, you go for it. You're going to get it. You're going to get there pretty much faster than anybody while having culture and gold to support you with a certain amount of cards that you need. Because like, let's say if I want to go for like a nice knight push, right? The thing with knights is you can either pre-build you can buy your chariots or pre-build chariots and then upgrade them with the Mercs card, or you can hard build them by going over to Divine Rights, right? And getting the Chivalry card and just hard build. Like you can go either way with that. And you'll have gold to fund you pretty much want to go Mercs, but I'm just saying you can choose what path to go. You will not, this civ will not have problem hitting Golden Age whatsoever. right? Because you're going to have the science to pretty much hit whatever you want. You're going to have the culture to get over to political philosophy extremely fast. Like, I don't see a problem with this Civ, as in like I don't see a negative, except if you see this guy right away, he's going to go commercials, or if he's on the coast, which he's going to spawn next to the coast, you have to hit the Civ hard. You have to have like a UU push, or you have to have a good timing on knights with a catapult, the 3 catapults, and like, you know, 7-8 knights, and just do a clean sweep, because like but then that's hard because the mofo has samurais. So I don't know, this Civ needs to be damaged somehow. I think if I don't know if they could do 0.5 0.5 in 1 for every specialty district. I think it'd still be strong, but like +1 culture, science, and 2 gold is pretty insane. And when the example I gave you was just for 3 specialty districts in the Magnus capital, right? Now let's say if there's 5. Now it's 5 culture, 5 science, and 10 gold per trade route. Oh wow, you got 10 cities now? Multiply it by 10. Like that's absolutely insane. 50 culture, 50 science, and then what is it? 100 gold? Come on now, come on. So it's a stronger version than Cyrus's trade routes, and you still get the adjacency districts, and I don't know. Very, very strong. So please watch out. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Just watch out for this one. This is it's just too strong. It's just too strong. So I can't wait for the nerf on this one. I don't even want to play this Civ. This Civ is like the old Babylon to me. I don't want to play Babylon. I don't want to play this Civ. You know, it just doesn't seem it's not a fair Civ. So I think out of the power spectrum, it's like a 9.5 out of 10, something like that. I mean, maybe you can get damaged on the sea pretty heavily, but your timings on anything that you want to go for are just insane, right? These trade routes that you want, like the science and the gold, or the science and the culture, when you're getting 3 and 3, you send those types of trade routes for an allies. You're receiving yields that you want, that you get at civil service for other players, and they're only receiving one of those types. So when they send a trade route, they're probably getting like 8 gold and 3 science, or 2 science early, right? And if there's not a campus out there, because they're getting 2 science, and then they have to wait until the alliance. But do you see what I'm getting at? This Japan is getting it naturally, just for internals. That's it. Just getting it naturally. Okay, it's almost it's too much. So yeah, can't wait to see the nerf on this Civ. I think it's extremely powerful. 9.5 out of 10, maybe 10 out of 10. Like, it's a very strong Civ. No combat bonus, but like samurai defend extremely well on land, and then on the sea. There was a nerf to, well, there's no +5, so maybe you get the person on the sea, but you have very good timings on anything you want. So be careful, watch out for the Civ, and that's why I think it's a 9.5 out of 10, because it doesn't have the combat bonus, because it could be a hit, but we'll see. And I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts. Hit me up on Twitch, Papa Chillin on Twitch, and if you want to, see the stream and come chill out. We got a great community, a lot of players, a lot of knowledge. I keep learning every day, and yeah, we have a good time. So much love, and I hope to see you guys then, okay? Cheers, and hit me up. All right. Bye, guys.